Here's more wrestling news for December 27th, 2021. And your headlines for this afternoon include: huge Qatar event announces massive names for their event. Kevin Owens could see himself working as WWE agent. The Undertaker accused of getting talent fired from WWE. WWE made Nikki Bella drop title when she refused to re-sign her contract. Raw superstar says WWE paid him a lot of money to make the great Khali look good. Shawn Michaels provides an update on Triple H's status. More details on WWE's recent COVID-19 outbreak. The Rock gives his mother a Cadillac for Christmas, and more. We are kicking off with a company fans may not be aware of, Qatar Pro Wrestling, who has been operating since 2013. Over the past 8 years, QPW has put on huge shows, and next year proves to be no different, with Super Slam 3 set to happen in February 2022. That event will include names like Bryan Danielson, Sting, Jon Moxley, Bret Hart, Booker T, Braun Strowman, Eric Bischoff, and many, many more massive names. At least that's what QPW are telling the fans. According to Fightful, some names are being promoted for the show, despite not being 100% signed to appear, including Adam Scherr, formerly known as Strowman, and EC3. It's said in their report that despite being advertised, neither man has committed and no contracts have been signed that would ensure their appearance. QPW has also said that Bryan Danielson has agreed to work dates for them, but no contract has been signed by him either, and it's unclear if QPW has even reached out to AEW. QPW Super Slam 3 will happen from the Losail Sports Arena in Doha on February 26th next year, and while the venue can hold over 20,000 fans, that could mean there will be a lot of disappointed people if the advertised names don't show. Don't be too surprised if QPW starts advertising Kevin Owens for their show, despite the prizefighter signing a new contract with WWE recently, one that'll keep him around for years to come. Prior to re-signing, Owens' original deal was going to expire at the end of January 2022, but he'll be competing in a WWE ring for a long time yet. Speaking with French-Canadian podcast Les Antipodes de la Lutte, the former Universal Champion spoke about his future plans in WWE and what he wants to do once he steps away from the ring. "I could see myself working as an agent one day because I already have those feelings even though I'm still active. That said, I don't see myself hanging my boots anytime soon, but just know that it could be a possibility one day. It's good to know and a comfort to me." This Sunday, Owens will compete at Day 1, where he'll face WWE Champion Big E, Seth Rollins, and Bobby Lashley for the top prize on Raw, but the man who may soon hold the WWE title is already looking at life after the ring. For decades, The Undertaker remained loyal to WWE and earned a career as one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, but his career may have come at the cost of many other names. Despite earning the respect and admiration of his fans and peers alike, Sabu clearly isn't a fan of the dead man, as he told PTM's Vinny Vegas in a recent interview, "I believe that it's okay to be rough and stiff and it's something I respect. I do not like wrestlers that are too light. The Undertaker, he was so light you did not feel him. If you're stiff to him, he'll about you and he'll get you fired. But if you're stiff with me, I will not get you fired. I'll tell you to ease up or keep it up. The top guys in WWE, if you're too stiff with them, then they will definitely get you fired." In this same interview, Sabu claimed that Triple H and Shawn Michaels left people paralyzed by being too stiff, and like that claim, the ECW legend provided no names as to who the dead man supposedly got fired. Given his status as a locker room leader and a close working relationship with Vince McMahon, the Phenom probably could have got someone fired if he wanted to, but no reports have come out saying that this happened other than Sabu's accusation. Retiring from in-ring competition at Survivor Series 2020's Final Farewell, The Undertaker is enjoying a well-earned retirement, and it remains to be seen what the Demon of Death Valley does next. For years, the Bella Twins were the two top stars of WWE's Divas division, with both Hall of Famers being former Divas champions. In 2012, Nikki's first reign with the title lasted just 6 days, as after beating Beth Phoenix, she lost the title the same week to Layla, but this wasn't a plan WWE had in the works. Speaking with Freddie Prinze Jr. on his Wrestling with Freddie show, the two revealed that when Nikki won the title, their contracts were close to expiring, and the two had spent months bringing this up to management, but were ignored every time. Nikki went on to say that after being treated this way, they decided to leave, and that explains why WWE hurried to put a title match together just so she wouldn't leave as champion. Losing the title at Extreme Rules 2012, the pair would leave WWE after the following night's Raw, and while they'd return in 2013, it just goes to show how little WWE cared about the Divas title or the division at the time. On the Boxing Day 2008 edition of SmackDown, the Great Khali faced MVP, who at the time was in the midst of a lengthy losing streak. That match saw MVP's streak continue as Khali stood tall, but when the WWE recently shared the match on Twitter, the superstar turned manager had something to say. Replying to a fan who poked fun at MVP's defeat, asking how did facing the Great Khali work out for him, MVP fired back, saying he got paid a lot of money to make Khali look good. Khali in the ring wasn't a technical wizard like Bret Hart or Kurt Angle, but he did have his own mystique. But according to MVP, there was serious money to be made in trying to make the Giant look more competent in the ring. Back to 2021, as shortly before the relaunch of NXT 2.0, Triple H suffered a cardiac event, which has kept the Cerebral Assassin from the show ever since. Recently, photos surfaced of the Game being back on his feet, surveying the location for WWE's next headquarters, and we now have an update on his health. When Shawn Michaels was asked by Denise Salcedo about his best friend, HBK joked that most of Triple H's day is taken up by Michaels and said he's doing pretty great. Michaels added that although nobody expected or would have wanted this cardiac event to happen, that after the past few years of running NXT, this hiatus is a well-deserved break for Triple H. Not long after the cardiac event, it was reported that the Game's in-ring career is almost certainly over, but Triple H will be back running NXT, but only after he's fully recovered and ready to come back. Last week, we reported on a new wave of positive cases in WWE, one that'll greatly affect the next couple of weeks of programming. WWE is hopeful that those who tested positive will be fit enough to appear at day one, and we now know more about this latest wave of cases. Thanks to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, we know that despite the positive cases, WWE will go ahead with the live event in Laval, Quebec, Canada, even though the option to buy tickets was recently pulled. That's thanks to a rule stating that venues with over 1,000 seats can only be halfway filled. This show will now only be able to hold 5,000 fans, which is bad for WWE, as there's currently 7,179 tickets in circulation. Speaking of the positive cases themselves, we know that WWE refuses to disclose case results publicly, but the Observer reports that WWE have also instructed superstars testing positive not to tell anyone at all, even their colleagues, in fear of leaks coming out. Superstars from both NXT 2.0 and the main roster have tested positive, and that like WWE, AEW are advising any wrestlers who test positive not to publicly disclose their diagnosis. This week will certainly be interesting, as despite WWE Day 1 this Sunday, all plans for the show could dramatically change in the coming days. And we're ending today with The Rock, and as a wrestling legend and leading man in Hollywood, it's hardly surprising that he has a fortune to his name. Last weekend, the Great One shared some of his wealth with one of the most important people in his life. On Instagram, the Brahma Bull shared a video of the Christmas gift he bought for his mother, a white Cadillac, believed to be the 2022 Cadillac CT5. With a starting price of close to $84,000, this was a huge gift for The Rock to buy, and the Johnsons clearly had a great Christmas this year. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.